Hi, this is Hadley Whitney, my candidate number is 9715.
This is Josh Francis, my candidate number is 9257.
And this is our A2 Media Coursework evaluation. Enjoy. How did you use new media technologies in the construction and research, planning and evaluation?
Okay, the kind of the general structure we had when planning our work was we decided to talk about what genres we'd like to do. So doing this, we wanted a song that was energetic. We didn't want it to be, a boring kind of song. We wanted to make it a lot of fun for the audience and fun for ourselves when creating it. So we thought we need to implement performance and narrative into the video. So we sort of hunted around. We spent quite a few hours just looking around, looking for different types of songs, and eventually we came across Mumford & Sons, and we thought, well, they're quite a sort of unique kind of band. They've got their own kind of style, their own kind of genre actually. And we decided on the song "I Will Wait." So we looked into the history, the conventions of the band, just to see what kind of style they had. If there's any styles that they had for the genre, we could take over and use for our own video. So we obviously, and of course, we've included a bit of information about the band and what we found. We researched a variety of music videos, web pages, and digipacks that were relevant to that genre of music and relevant to the band. So again, to create more ideas with our planning. So we looked at a lot of YouTube videos. We hunted around at the web pages. We used the Mumford & Sons web page itself, and just to see how effective they were for conventions and if we could input them into our music video. So we printed off the lyrics and analysed them to see what each lyric, what each phrase, word could mean, and if there was a narrative embedded in the lyrics themselves, so we could take that narrative and use it to construct our own music video, which we found there were a few parts of the lyrics we did find that actually had a narrative to them, so we did use that. It was to create, it just created a general idea as well of what we could do. Some basic technologies we used were just Microsoft Word to create a just a template and a structure for the basic outline of the video. So
moving on to the construction side of question 1. I, other than Josh, have experienced camera work before, so I'm very familiar with that in the ways of constructing media products, such as music videos like the one we've just made. Josh has had experience also, but it was a chance for me to interact more with Josh and sort of teach him the basics of camera work, which helped on the long term. Editing, we use Final Cut Express. I've had some experience with Final Cut Express before, so it was quite handy, and passing on the knowledge to Josh as well, as he helped me. We both did a lot of the editing, 50-50. But yeah, so we also did Photoshop for our digipack. We created a cover, inside and index, and also the back of the CD cover. We've both got experience from previous coursework, both creating CD covers. So yeah, we've both shared the same amount of work in construction side. Shooting the actual video itself, we use instruments, lighting, tripods. We also use things like microphone stands, microphones which we all rented out from the college itself. But yeah, we had to create the atmosphere for the music video, using the crowd, etc. And that's about it.
The evaluation and technologies we use are pretty basic. So we have, as we are filming now, we've got a tripod here and a camera. So obviously we're familiar with how to set it up, how to use it. So from the music video itself, so it's quite easy for us to use it now. When this is done and we have edited it, we'll be using Final Cut Express again. Obviously, Hadley will have a lot more knowledge than I will, because he's taught me quite a bit. Hopefully I'll be able to take over and do a little bit more of the work myself from his teachings. We're also going to take shots and examples from the music video itself, the final product, and incorporate that into the evaluation so that we have sort of some examples for you to see as well. So that was again some of the technology we used, a synergy.
So here's an example of our directing. So I want you to be going across that way. Huh?
Like that.
Yeah. On everyone, not just me. And then one from here.
And then like one like this.
Yeah, yeah. One from here, everyone.
Mate, it's like a physical.
All right. How are you?
Good, mate. How are you?
Good.
Look at this.
And then I want one right from the side. Right there, yeah, of everyone going.
Yeah, one like this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you can even go behind at one point.
Yeah, that's what they do, isn't it?
And then aim down a bit as well. So you just got the audience at the front.
Alright.
Yeah, and then aim down as well.
And then what about one like that?
Yeah. But make sure the camera's on everyone.
Yeah, no, I can still see it like
Do
that.
it from your bedroom.
Yeah, I thought that.
And then...
You can only assume my brother's here because he looks exactly like you.
Question 2. How effective is the combination of your main product and ancillary texts? To start, the setting of the cover on our digipack of the music video corresponds to the filming and footage of the music video itself. So Jack, our lead singer, is standing on the platform in the digipack cover, and also he is in the video itself. So you can relate to that, and it's also you can relate to it in a sense that he's waiting because the station's empty, and also it being a train station, he's clearly waiting for someone. The colours we used in the digipack and web pages, blogs, etc., they all relate to the video itself as well. Sort of the country English folk rock colours like brown. The title corresponds with the lyrics of the song, so I Will Wait. Obviously the album is I Will Wait as well, but the lyrics I Will Wait correspond to the overall story and narrative of the music video. For instance, Jack's waiting for someone and the lyrics is I Will Wait. The branding. We call ourselves The Element, which could have a lot of meanings. For instance, you know, this element in time, you're missing a key element. There's lots of different things you could relate to the name, and we thought we'd choose a name like that. For instance, the band The Wanted, everyone has their own individual unique name for the band or artist so that the audience can identify who we are.
Very generic as well, The Element, just very basic.
Yeah, so it's something you can remember easily. So question 3, what have you learned from your audience feedback? Well, once we identified our song and the genre, we created our basic ideas through the use of questionnaires. So we went around the college handing out questionnaires to get the feedback of the audience. For example, in our instruments section, the banjo was the most unpopular, and this is actually incorporated in Mumford & Sons music with a key instrument, the banjo. But from our research, we found out that the electric guitar has a fairly similar sound, so we incorporated that into our music video rather than the banjo. So the audience preferred fast tempo, energetic videos.
Which suited us because that's what we wanted to do.
Yeah, and all the cuts were quick, and so it just suited us in general. A combination of narrative and performance. Yeah, it's good as this was originally our plan as well. Question 4. In what ways does your media product use, develop or challenge forms and conventions of real media products?
So for our music video we decided to use a band, which is a convention that we followed. The idea of a band is a very basic concept. In Mumford & Sons they have 4 members, so we decided to use 4 members as well, which is very easy to work with and it was kind of believable as well. We also kept the idea of using instruments, because we wanted our video to be narrative and performance. We thought we need instruments for the performance side of the video. The instruments we used the guitar, we used the keyboard, which are instruments relevant to the song and that the band use. Obviously with our audience feedback we liked the idea of a banjo, however the audience didn't quite like the idea of a banjo, so we decided not to use that. To develop the idea of the performance side we decided to incorporate an audience. When we looked at some of the previous work done by other students we realised they hadn't actually incorporated an audience, and we thought this is something that we could be able to challenge. It's not generally something that is used in music videos, however they are used in some, that we thought for this kind of idea that we're in our back garden performing to a small audience we thought was quite effective, very energetic, very fun, very lively for the audience watching and ourselves when we were filming, and really helped us get into character.
Also the costumes. We followed the conventions used by Mumford & Sons. All the stuff they wore, we got similar costumes. For instance, the lead singer was wearing a waistcoat and a button shirt, as was the lead singer of Mumford & Sons. We thought we'd copy more of their conventions because they sort of relate to the music and the English folk rock side of the genre.
An example of a convention that we decided to challenge was when we were filming the train shots. We were originally planning to use a girl. So the main character is sitting there waiting, he's been waiting there for a long time at the train station. We were going to have the idea of a girl walking off the train, you know, a friendly embrace, and then they continue on. However, we thought, how can we challenge this and create kind of a shock effect to the audience and a sort of a surprise and thinking, oh, okay. We decided to use a boy instead. This is not something that is generally used in music videos. We decided to keep it as like a friend instead of a love kind of relationship. So we have the boy waiting for his friend. They meet, and the audience who are watching the music video will be surprised by this, as they're not used to this kind of thing happening in a music video.
And he's also one of the singers in the Mumford & Sons band as well. So it's like he's waiting for one of his friends. And this could also be for maybe at the end of the song when they're leaving, and that relates to the car shot in the video, which could also be seen as them on the way, or on the way
from the performance.
From the performance, yeah.
Okay, so here are some of the strengths that we felt that we found in our music video, as well as some of the audience feedback as well from the finished product. We wanted to, at the beginning we said we wanted to create an energetic video, a lively music video, something that was fun for the audience and fun for ourselves.
A lot of quick shots as well. Yep.
So that's something that we felt we did well in the overall performance and the narrative and the whole construction of the music video. So that's something we achieved. An aim we set out to do, and we did achieve it, we felt. The idea of the black and white shots when he was waiting, we thought was quite effective. It's sort of similar to like a flashback. We sort of like kind of did that general style, but we sort of thought this is not a darker side, but it was just very kind of basic, especially with the cigarette smoke when that was being used.
Yeah, it also sort of connoted his emotions in a sense, to the fact that it was quite dull at the time. And if you notice in the video, as soon as his friend gets off the train, it's all in colour again, which sort of emphasises his, emotions, and yeah.
During the actual performance, when we were playing our instruments, we thought the audience, the crowd as such, when they were getting into it, we thought that was really effective as well. A few shots from their point of view, when they're jumping up, hands up, phones in the air, filming, just very, as almost if it was actual a proper live performance that they paid for, and that they wanted to see us as actors giving it a role, which we thought was very effective.
And it allows them to relate to the audience in a sense, because the look that we gave them was quite overall quite average to someone who would go and see sort of a festival like that, so they can relate to how they're feeling at the time, and yeah.
And again, very basic point, but we did feel that we used a good variety of shots. We got some close-ups, which is important, as you can identify the emotion on the band's face. For example, as well, we've got the keyboard shot when I'm playing on the keyboard. There's a good close-up on there, trying to keep it in sync as well. It's very difficult, but I managed to do it. Well, in my opinion, I managed to do it quite well. But a good variety of shots makes it a better video to watch, because audiences, as a member of the audience, when I'm watching a music video, I don't want to see the same shots over and over again. So we thought we did quite well trying to mix it up a little bit.
And also adding to that, we filmed our live band shot 3 times over, and we chose the best shots from each, and I think that worked really well, because we didn't use any of the same shots over again. We had so much footage that we could put it all in to make one, and also adding the narrative on top of that, which worked very well.